Namaskar and very good afternoon viewers. Happy Women's Day. On this note, I would also be requesting you to celebrate this day not only today but throughout the year, because if we celebrate women, and we should be doing it because women are our life partners, women are the mothers, women are the sisters, women are the friends, and they are the one who comprises of half of the population of this nation and the world at large. So, not just today, but always we shall be thinking about how to empower women. And with this note, let us take a pledge that we shall be celebrating Women's Day almost every day of our life till we feel that everybody in the world is empowered, every individual is empowered. Friends, why are we talking about empowering women? If we are talking about empowering women, that means that nationally, internationally, we feel that women are not empowered. Isn't it sad in the country which has celebrated womanhood throughout the decades, centuries, and woman has been worshipped as Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga. Despite all that celebrations we make as to accept the fact, as to acknowledge the fact that woman is Shakti, woman is the one who has given life to everyone. Still, we need to celebrate Women's Day. Still, we need to talk about empowering women. So that means something somewhere is missing, and we need to work upon that. We need to work upon that honestly and deliberate upon the fact that how we can really empower women. Because in a nation in which woman is empowered, in that nation there would be prosperity, there would be peace, there would be progress. So, as to ensure that our nation is progressed and peaceful, we need to empower women. Friends, now let us try to understand that as to empower women, why do we need education and how education can play a key role as far as empowering the woman is concerned, and how is it linked with employment. Apart from that, we shall also try to understand what is the present status of women education and women employment, particularly in India, and thereby we will try to understand that how and why it needs to be progressed, so that we have the 100% education in the nation and the employment of the woman is also ensured, so that we have a nation which is developed. Friends, as far as India is concerned, it is having one of the richest and ancient culture, and if we refer to the literacy pursuit, then women are known in this country to have participated at equal level for participating in educational processes, and they have been given lot of respect in history of India. Then what happened? If we have a look at the Vedic age, there we found that women did have a very important role to play in the education of the nation, in the education of Hindustan or Bharat. What happened that now we are talking about education of women? We are aware of lot many educators women in India, but as it was a colony for such a long period, it was ruled by so many people. The culture which was enriched with equality, that was taken away, and the result was that we have a nation in which we need to focus on bringing equality by educating and providing employment to the women. How does education play a part as far as providing the employment is concerned or progress of the nation is concerned? Education is a form of learning. It means knowledge, it means skills, it means values, it means beliefs, it means habits. Transferring all these from one generation to the next generation is education, definition of the education. If we have a look at the Vedic age, this was being done through storytelling, this was being done through discussions, this was also being done through training and research. Now we are also doing it through a formal education setup. So education is something which is not new as far as concept is concerned. Education is something which has been perceived as a tool of empowering. That is why if we have a look at the history of mankind, then we will find that education has always been given a very important role in the progression of the societies. It has been viewed as a tool of empowerment. What is empowerment? Empowerment means creating a social environment in which one can make decisions, in which one can make choices either individually or collectively for social transformation. From this definition, friends, I want you give it a thought that whether women are empowered or are they not. Are we really creating a social environment in which women as an individual are allowed to make decisions, are allowed to make choices either individually or collectively for social transformation? If the answer is no, that means somewhere we are missing. We need to work upon that. We need to empower women. If we try to understand empowerment as far as the definition which has been given by UNIFEM, that is United National Development Fund for Women, they have defined women's empowerment as acquiring knowledge and understanding of gender relations and the ways in which these relations may be changed, developing a sense of self-worth, a belief in one's ability to secure desired changes and right to control one's life. From the definition perspective, from the verbal perspective, this sounds so simple and so achievable, that a belief in one's ability to secure desired changes and the right to control one's life. Is it something which really women need to ask for? Or is it something which she should be getting naturally because she is born in a society in which this should be transferred to her as her right as soon as she is born? But this is not happening. That is why we are still talking about her gaining ability to generate choices, exercising bargaining power. We are still concerned about developing the ability of the woman to organize, influence the direction of social change, to create more just social and economic order nationally and internationally. Thus, women empowerment means a psychological sense of personal control or influence and a concern with actual social influence, political power and legal rights. Friends, these terms are very important. Personal control or influence and a concern with actual social influence, political power and legal rights. When we talk about political power, legally or we can say constitutionally, we have provided women even the right as far as even a quota to participate at panchayati level. In fact, the women have been provided reservation so that there is more participation of women politically and they are able to actually influence society and they do understand what their legal rights is. But friends, is it happening? The practical reality is that in remote areas of India, who is called Sarpanch, despite the fact that woman is the one who has contested the election and she has won, but her husband or her father-in-law is usually called Sarpanch. They are the one who goes for all meetings, they are the one who takes all financial decisions, and woman just remains the face. And face, what kind of face? Face which is also wearing ghungat. So that means despite the fact that we have tried, the nationally, politically, it has been tried by the government to provide political power to the woman, but because of the social influences, it couldn't be done actually. She couldn't be given the political power. So, now let us try to understand that if woman was really empowered, then how that is going to make a difference to the nation. Maybe that may make us realize that why woman empowerment is necessary. If a woman is empowered, what does that mean? She will play an important role in the progress of the family, society and country. Various researches have proven that if the woman is earning, then most of her earning is invested in health and education of her children, and this doesn't go for the men. So that means if the woman is empowered, if she is earning, then she will do maximum as to ensure that her family is progressing. If she will ensure that her family is progressing, that means society will progress on its own and the country will automatically be progressing. So, in order to make democracy successful in a country, women education is necessary and women employment is necessary. When we talk about women education, it doesn't mean that we are talking in the reference of giving her degrees. We are making her able to earn, able to do basic calculations or have a skill through which she would be able to earn. So, if the woman is educated from the context of society, from the context of politics, and if she understands her right, she is legally educated, then naturally they will be not just source of happiness to their family, but they would also be enabling the society at large to respond to the challenges, to confront the life. In fact, in their own life, they would be able to change their own lifestyle as well as lifestyle of their families, particularly children. Educated women play a very important role in the society for socio-economic development, and education is the one which eliminates inequalities and disparities as the means of recovering their status within and out of their family. Now let us try to understand that what does woman empowerment means. Woman empowerment means prosperity, as we have understood. Woman empowerment means development and welfare of the society, community, family and nation. And how we can bring out the woman empowerment? From the discussion we have understood that it is education which will provide more strength to the woman, and such strength comes from the process of empowerment, and empowerment will come from the education. So, both education and empowerment are correlated in a way that education decides empowerment and empowerment decides education. What does that mean? If the woman is empowered, she will ensure education of her girl children. She will also be playing an important role in the education process of the nation. In the same manner, if the woman is educated, then she would be feeling empowered, psychologically capable of taking decisions, and her decisions will provide the freedom the change of lifestyle, not just to her but her complete family. Friends, as we understood that it is right to be educated, it is right of the woman to be educated. In fact, it is basic and fundamental right of every individual to be educated. And Indian government has also framed various policies like National Literacy Mission, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, Mahila Samakhya Program, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya Scheme, national programs for the education of girls at the elementary level, and various non-governmental programs as to strengthen the literacy rate, but not with the expected pace. In fact, the non-formal and informal education has been introduced, keeping in view the fact that the women do get educated and they are not left out of the education simply because the formal education system is away from them, or formal education system is not providing her avenue or scope to get educated. So that is why the informal as well as non-formal education system has been created. Why, despite so many policies, despite the fact that constitutionally the government has tried to do so much in the field of education of women, why the education of women has failed? Why the empowering of women has failed? Why, despite the fact that the political rights have been given to the women, in fact even the participation of women in the politics has also been ensured by providing them 33% reservation in grassroots level political participation. Despite that, why still we are talking about empowering women? What is the missing link? The missing link is the attitude, the social attitude, the psychological attitude. The missing link is that it is still not acceptable to the society, that the society may say that yes, women should be educated, but still it is not accepted that education of women is must. It is as must as education of a boy is. Woman is also a potential earner. Woman is also a support to her family as a earner, as a financial independent person. She can also provide financial stability to her family. In fact, as we discussed in our previous lectures also, education of women is being seen in our society, particularly when it comes to formal education system by the parents at large, as a consumption. And the parents look at, whenever the parents look at education as an investment, either due to the fact that the budget, they don't have budget for educating all the children in their home, or due to the fact that they don't have that altruistic attitude towards education of the woman. The result is that the woman is not educated as to become individual, an independent entity. And what is the basic reason? Basic reason is that in the family, parents see woman as being a person who, even if educated, is going to give the results of that education in a family in which she is married in. And because of the fact that she will not be playing an important role in their old age, she will not be there to strengthen them, as to provide them health care, as to provide them emotional support, as to provide them financial support in their old age. That is why education of women is left out. It is an option which is the last one, and which is not even seen as an option. It is only seen as something which is additional burden on the family, financial burden on the family. So friends, this attitude needs to be changed in the society. How this attitude can be changed? This attitude can be changed by showing to the people at large that how the girls or the women are playing important role in their families. After being married also, they are being a strength to their own parents. In fact, they are the one who strengthen not just their in-laws family, rather they strengthen their own parents also, because that strength is only there in the woman, that she can be strength to both the families. that is why we need to understand that the woman education is something which is primarily important. We should be utilizing various educational programs which have been formulated to motivate the woman. We shall be utilizing online education and distance education. Our main objective as far as educational program is concerned should be to make every girl educate, so that the low level of literacy which is shown and which is resulting in the negative impact in the woman life, that can be eliminated. And country's economic development is also being affected by it. If half the population is not adding to the development of the nation, how do we expect that nation to develop? So, for the country's economic development, it is crucial that the women are also contributing economically. They are also contributing financially in the development of their family and thereby development of the nation. So, hence it is of foremost importance to raise the level of education amongst women. There are estimations that 33.3 million Indians are enrolled in higher education. As far as this statistics is concerned, we find that 17.9 millions are boys while 15.4 millions are girls. This statistics shows that women are really coming for higher education, and there isn't much of a difference, because if we say that boys are at 17.9 and the girls are at 15.4, so we can understand, we can perceive as far as the statistics is concerned that we have been able to do a lot, and that too successfully, in higher education of women. Fundamental right of women has been looked into, and we have tried to provide them education, particularly the higher education. But still there is a difference. There is a difference when we say the boys are 17.9 million and the girls are 15.4 millions. There is a difference of women. And if we further go into the researches, we will find that the most of the girls who are being educated in the higher education are either in the humanities or in the fields which may not make them potential earner, which may just make them good housewives or the educated mothers. So these are the perspective which we need to look into, as to ensure that fundamental rights of women to equality, freedom to religion, educational right, cultural and right against exploitation and freedom can be ensured. On this note, friends, Dr. Renu Tomar is signing off with a promise to join on the same topic soon. Namaskar, very good afternoon.